So, I filmed like a whole 10-minute video explaining where I've been, and then I realized I had something stuck in my teeth. I normally don't let stuff like that bother me, but listen, I just can't post a video where I have light ground beef stuck in my teeth because that's just disgusting. Anyways, if you're new here, hi, I'm Lindsay. I was posting videos, but then hell exploded and landed on top of my head, and it's been a crappy year. Crappy summer. It's not been the whole year. Anyways, so I normally talk about minimalism, but as I've been away for the last 2.5 months, I've been thinking of making some changes to my channel. Mostly just not completely focusing on minimalism. There are so many other things to my life than just minimalism. Minimalism is not the end all be all for me. I use it as a tool to keep my life sane, to keep from getting overwhelmed, but I don't obsess over it. I don't obsess over the numbers. I wouldn't classify myself as an extreme minimalist, but I do enjoy it and I like talking about it. However, it's not everything. There is so much more to my life than just getting rid of your crap. Because again, once you get rid of your crap, like then what? Like there's a whole life to be lived after you get rid of all of your junk. And I don't think that people see a lot of that on minimalism videos. Like, what do you do once you get past the decluttering? And the answer is you live your life. And so that's kind of what I want my channel to be. I will still do minimalism videos and talk about minimalism because I love talking about it. Just like I love talking about carnivore, keto. I like talking about a lot of things that I like. So yeah, and intermittent fasting. I really like intermittent fasting too. Although I am not a doctor, so don't take what I say as medical advice. So there's that disclaimer. So I think from here on, I will probably do more day in the lives, meal prep, what I'm eating, talk about, who I'm listening to, what books I'm reading, what I'm into lately. I am a researcher by nature, and so I'm always going down rabbit holes of things that I'm researching. If you want to know something about my personality, it is that I typically will not take your word for it. I need to figure out why. And I want to know why, like why they believe what they believe. And I want to read it from the source. This is actually something that I learned from Felicia Masonheimer, her podcast Verity. I'd love it so much. Read it from the source. And so when I'm researching like carnivore and keto and intermittent fasting, I go to the sources and I look at the results. And let me just say, I had gestational diabetes during my 3rd pregnancy, and it was bad, and they thought that I was gonna have to go on insulin. They were like, there's no way you're getting out of this without being on insulin. And I never once was on insulin, and they were like, you will for sure be a type 2 diabetic after your pregnancy. My A1C was beautiful. They also did a complete metabolic panel. Complete metabolic panel was beautiful. No trace of diabetes. And so that was kind of a rabbit hole, but that's my personality. And so I have a lot of interests because by nature, I am a researcher. I like to figure out why things are, why I think like I do. With minimalism, I can get into a really long rabbit hole with minimalism, and my rabbit trailing was how I actually discovered minimalism, because I became a minimalist back before like the Netflix documentaries and all of this other stuff. I mean, I was becoming a minimalist around the time that Marie Kondo wrote The Life-Changing Magic of Tidying Up, which I really enjoyed her book, but I wanted to go farther than what even Kondo went. I love it. And so there's just a lot. There's a lot to who I am, what I enjoy. And I know every time I've mentioned the fact that I eat carnivore, keto, I kind of go back and forth. A lot of people are always interested in what I eat. And I've started incorporating intermittent fasting. I still breastfeed, but my daughter is almost 14 months. And so breastfeeding is not her sole source of nutrition anymore. She eats what we eat pretty much. I have started incorporating intermittent fasting back into my way of eating, and I haven't really noticed an issue with breastfeeding. However, I just started intermittent fasting again within the last couple of weeks, and I will say I breastfed for a year without intermittent fasting. So my milk supply has been extremely well established. If you're like 2 months postpartum and it's your first time breastfeeding, this is not advice to start intermittent fasting. And also, you can tell that I've had a baby within the last year because look at all this hair. It is kind of insane with how much like new hair growth I have. What else is new? I have new plants behind me. This is a pothos. It's a golden pothos. I just replanted it a couple of weeks ago. And then this is a ZZ plant. I repotted it a while ago. However, I'm sure it's growing. It just doesn't look like it's grown a lot. So I don't know. I'm trying to become a plant person too, but right now I've successfully kept 2 plants alive for over 90 days. So I think we're making progress. Anyways, this was completely different than what I've normally done in the past. I had no notes. I just kind of winged it. Yeah, anyways, I just wanted to say that there will probably be some changes coming to the channel. I also want to talk about finance more because I love talking about finances. I love talking about budgeting. I love talking about being debt-free. I love all things finance, really. We have switched to using You Need a Budget again. So that's changed. I think Dave Ramsey's great. I love Dave Ramsey. You will not see Dave Ramsey hate on this channel ever. However, I feel like every dollar was just kind of clunky. It kept crashing on me. It was always buggy. And I wanted the premium version, but I didn't want to pay $80 a year for something that's buggy. We've switched back to You Need a Budget and I love it. I think that's about it. We've started homeschooling. My kids are going to co-op this year 2 days a week. So hopefully I will have more time to film, but we have started some schoolwork. So here's the thing with that. We bought Memoria Press back in March because we didn't think that we were going to be here come this school year. And then turns out we aren't leaving like we thought we were. Then we wanted to put our kids in co-op 2 days a week. It's all day, 2 days a week. But the co-op uses a different curriculum. They use Abeka. And I really wanted them to be in co-op. I want them to have friends. I want them to, have the experience. And so it was worth it to put them in co-op. But then we had this curriculum that it was too late to return and I couldn't sell it. So we're using bits and pieces of it. We're just trying to get back into the swing of things before co-op starts in a couple of weeks. So like I'm using the cursive because I really want my kids to learn cursive. The math temporarily, once we start the Abeka, I probably won't do the math anymore, but just to get them back in the routine of schoolwork. Cursive, math, spelling, some music enrichment. So it's a lot of composers. Like I think we've done Beethoven and I can't remember the other guy's name. We've done 2 composers so far. And then there is, actually I'm propping my phone up with it right now. Let's see if I can grab it without messing my phone up. Totally just talked to my phone for like 2 minutes without realizing it wasn't recording because I knocked my phone off. Anyway, so we've been going through this. It's kind of like mini history lessons or like stories about Jefferson. Ooh, the Star Spangled Banner. That's something that we've done for the music so far. Yeah, so we've just been going through this. Again, I don't think we'll continue this once Abeka starts, but for now, just to get back in the swing of things, this is what we're doing. And yeah, oh, another update. We had to put our 10-year-old Colton down. He went from mostly fine, didn't know anything was wrong, to literally would not walk within a 5-day span. The vet said that his blood work was the worst he'd ever seen, and it turned out to be leukemia. So given the fact that he was an 85-pound Golden and wouldn't walk, eat, drink, or even move, we ended up having to put him down. But if you follow me on Instagram, you have seen our new puppy. I will put a picture here. Her name is Aspen and we love her. Anyways, I think that's all the updates I have for now. It's kind of been all over the place, but I just wanted to say that, yeah, gonna make some changes, gonna do some different things, and hopefully I will be back soon with another video.